How about that for impact, right? New sound. Been playing around with that a little bit. Welcome back again for another Manfred Mentors today. I'm gonna do a quick one. It's late at night. Just gonna do a little bit of Trino website update. So let's have a look. Right here on the Trino website, let's make this a bit bigger. You can see we have the Trino website. This is a Jekyll-powered website, static generated, hosted on GitHub pages. And in the development section here on roles, we have a list of sub-project maintainers. And that's useful because people know who can be contacted by their full name on our Trino Slack when they have questions about it. And they can also just like generally find out more information. What we're going to do today is I'm going to remove Christian because he is no longer able to help us on this project. As you saw in the last Trino community broadcast episode, Jordan and Pablo were as guests, and we talked about the AWS proxy project quite a bit. That was really cool. And the other aspect is I'm going to add another project, and that is the Trino ODBC driver project. Very cool project that's getting a bit of work now, quite a bit of work now, specifically from Eric and Eric Anderson, who is working very hard on this project, and our original contributor, Riley McDowell, also. Go to his website as well, to his page as well. Nope. So the two of them are working on this project together. They also have a third help at least already. I might end up joining a little bit, probably not with code, but like just other help. And we want to make sure that this is added to the website. So how do we do this? The Trino website, as I mentioned, is very simple. The GitHub repository is just trino.io. And I have this cloned here locally already. So we make a new branch. Let me make this a bit bigger so you can see what's happening. Git checkout branch. This is my alias here. And we're just going to make a maintainers update, whatever. It's just a branch name. Then we jump over to here. And the file is very easy to find. You see it's called roles is the file in the development directory. So I can just go p roles. And here it is. So first thing first, we'll remove Christian. This is a separate change already, so we can already add this git commit, remove inactive contributor, and we'll just use his name. And that's probably fine as a commit. It's nice active voice. That's already it. Now that's done. Now we just want to add the Trino ODBC project. So that goes over here. You see, well, basically we can just copy this and rejig it. This is theoretically alphabetically sorted, so this happens to be correct. The GitHub org is again that, and this the project is Trino ODBC. Trino client. It's a cleaner client, but Trino. Let's say Trino ODBC driver. Or Trino. It's a client as well, so I'm not sure if you should like somehow express that, but an ODBC driver is always kind of a driver. It's just different in a way. And then the usernames. So we have Eric Anderson. And his username is dprofit. And have to fix this here as well. And Riley's username is Riley McDowell. Oops. And we'll copy the name as well so I don't make any typing mistakes. This list I also probably have to update because I'm a sub-project maintainer on a lot of those as well. And there's a bunch of others that I'm like helping out, a bunch of other maintainers which are in this separate list up here. So it's kind of not always easy to find out who's actually involved in those. These are people that are dedicated to these projects. And you see here, for example, Jan helps out in the JS client and in the Grafana and the Grafana data source plugin and the Helm chart. So he does a lot of stuff. And like Mateo also does, like, and Julia and other maintainers in other projects, Asher. So they also work in these sub-projects quite a bit. So we should add that. And there is also the Trino Python client, but the Trino Python client is another sub-project that is only maintained by the main maintainer. So it's kind of like a bit not ideal how this is all sorted out here. Ultimately, I wanted to at some stage make like a skills and sort of like matrix of people to find out more about that. But unfortunately, I never ended up having time to do that, but that's okay. So we go git s. If we see here the difference, that's just it. To try this, I can go /Jekyll run. It's like a local script that doesn't currently work. What is happening here? Oh. I think recent brew upgrade. Let's just brew update. Let's just make sure. Brew upgrade. The repository has a README. There's some things that sometimes break, and I might just have been a victim to that again. That's what happens when you demo something here. So Ruby version. Okay, so Ruby is fine. Which Ruby? Yeah, so that's also fine. Oh yeah, bundler, my bundler. Yes, so it's probably the wrong version of bundler. So let's reinstall the right version. And now bundle install. Yeah, so now we're better. So this is the thing, the bundle install bundler. You need to have the right version for this to work cleanly, because the gem log file requires this bundler. You see here in the log file, this is all the gems being bundled with 269. I will at some stage have to upgrade that and also upgrade Jekyll itself. It needs to, however, work on the GitHub infrastructure. And last time I tried that with a very new version that didn't work. So this is a separate debugging around that we might have to do separately. But for now, I should be able to run Jekyll run now. And sure enough, the site is up and running. So I can go to my browser window here and go localhost 4000. And here's the local version now. If I look at roles now, sub-project maintainers, Christian is gone. And this link to the ODBC driver project works. The links for Eric and Riley, they look good. It goes to Eric and it goes to Riley, and that's it. So we're good. So this is tested. Git s git add dot git commit -am add Trino ODBC maintainers. Git push. And that's already it. I can copy this. Update subproject maintainer info. Create pull request, and I can go eProfit. I can ask these two guys to confirm directly, and I can also jump into the maintainers channel quickly here on Trino Slack. Do we have a maintainers channel? Looking for PR review on the website. Eric and cool. That's it. So this is ready to roll. Once I merge that, it'll go live. I can already look at the deploy preview here. Once it's finished, it's not finished yet. So you see here, this is where you end up with the running of the same pipeline that I ran locally on the Netlify infrastructure, and that can be a bit tricky with the specific versions. If you're too early and too new, then sometimes you run into trouble. It should be now good again, probably like the various versions of Ruby and Jekyll that we're using are not the latest and greatest, just a little bit behind. An upgrade might work by now, but that's like a separate thing that I'm not going to do today. So once this is ready, whoever wants to review this can also then look at it straight away. But that's already it. So super easy. And hopefully I get a review, comment, approval soon, and then we can merge this and it'll go live. So probably sometime tomorrow. That's already it again. Super easy, right? Like just a static website where you have a bunch of markdown files you edit. But we got a pretty good website going. So also some interesting details on the website. There's like data files and so on going that you can facilitate, and we're doing that for the users page, for example. Maybe I should show you that quickly. So like on the Trino website, we have this ecosystem pages. Each one of those sections, that information comes out of the data file. And this is for all these pages are driven out of that. And that's like all the integrations that Trino has, all the connectors. That's pretty cool. And then also, if you look at the homepage itself, we have this page of all the different companies and a little bit of their reference. Each one of those is also data driven, so you can look at various companies that are helping or using Trino or have presented about it in the past. You can get more information here. And you see there's quite a few well-known names. There's more out there in the ecosystem, but these are the ones that let us add their names to the website. And of course, if you work at a company and you get like that and want to have your logo added here and stuff, that would be great too. But that's it for the day. I will probably just jump in and do some more work with you tomorrow. Specifically, earlier today, we had the Trino contributor call. I'm going to do some video editing for that later. And we also had the Trino Gateway Developer Sync. And tomorrow, hopefully, we'll get to work a little bit on some Trino Gateway code changes. Until then, See you around.